Hi. This week's lecture is really the story of our two parties, the Democrats and Republicans, and it's kind of like a drama that has a beginning, middle, and really no end, but that's to be written. A couple things to note as you're reading it. Even though we've had two parties through our history, and Democrats and Republicans since the 1860s, what these parties have stood for has changed enormously over the years. It used to be the Republicans were the party of civil rights, party of Lincoln against slavery, and while rural Christian voters, values voters, were largely involved with the Democratic Party. Of course, neither of those are really true today. And so look at how the parties change. Even the labels stay the same. What's inside of them will change. And this is, I think, very significant now because the Republican Party is really in a state of flux with the Trump campaign, and he's really realigning what kind of voters are voting Republican. And some of the people who used to be in the party are feeling pretty disenfranchised with the party, and may pull off and try to select their own candidate. And if they do, then maybe Trump will form his party. So the whole thing could break apart or simply take a new form. And even the Democrats are having, some tension within their different groups. White liberals, African Americans, Latinos, working class rights, all have slightly different interests, and they'd come together in the Democratic Party. But now, minority voters are more strongly behind Clinton, whereas sort of liberal white voters and younger voters as well tend to gravitate towards Sanders. I think they'll probably come together with whoever's the nominee, but I'm not sure about the Republicans. The other thing to look for in this lecture is this notion of realignment. And this is really looking at not how the parties within themselves are changing so much as which party is really dominating the country. And sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's not. But there are periods you can say, wow, the Republicans have control of the White House, they have control of the Senate, they have control of the House of Representatives. It's a Republican era. Um, Other times, we can say the same for the Democrats. So how do these change? Are there pivotal moments in our history? There are a few, I think you'll see, in 1939, 1980 are some very clear ones. So that's the other question, where we are today. Really a lot has to do with this next election. Are we going to be remaining in a period of really divided government where neither party has complete control, or is one party going to be able to seize the day? We'll see what happens. Anyway, enjoy it and catch you next week.